we have LW, L times W. I'm going to replace the L with what it says L is. In the lab, you're going to be measuring your own. You'll be measuring the length of an object. But I'm giving you the measurement. So L I'm replacing with 5.0 feet. And it says L times W. Remember, no symbol means to multiply. I'm replacing my W with 6.0 feet. Hopefully you don't need a calculator to know that 5 times 6 is 30. But you got to round to the correct amount of digits. So this number has 1 decimal place. This number has 1 decimal place. The least number of decimal places in my problem is 1, so I round my answer to 1. The problem is I don't have 1 decimal place. I need to add a decimal place. Because again, that reflects how accurately I measured in my problem. Feet times feet would be feet squared, or square feet. LWH, L is 5.0 feet, times W, which is 6.0 feet, times H, which is 2.0 feet. I'm just getting these answers off the top. 5 times 6 is 30. 30 times 2 is 60. I've got 1 decimal place, 1 decimal place, 1 decimal place. So the least number of decimal places is 1. So my answer needs 1 decimal place. I took feet times feet times feet, so I get feet 3, feet cubed, or cubic feet. Is everybody seeing what they missed as we go through this? Okay, perfect. Now, number 10, one of the big boo-boos on number 10 is you didn't write it as a fraction. A lot of people, the formula says write it like a fraction, so you write it like a fraction. The formula is the boss. So M is 10.0 pounds, and the formula says to put that on top. It says to put volume on the bottom. Volume is 2.0 inches cubed. Probably the next most common boo-boo is people took 2 times 2 times 2 here. That cube right there is the unit. The formula would be telling you to cube it if you needed to multiply it by itself multiple times. Only do that if the formula says so. Again, the formula is the boss. This cube here is just the unit that it is. All right, so when you take 10 divided by 2, hopefully you don't need a calculator to get 5. You have 1 decimal place and 1 decimal place. The least number of decimal places is 1, so my answer needs 1. And if you wrote it like a fraction, like the formula said so, it gives you the unit, pounds over inches cubed. Okay, again, look and see why you didn't get all the points. If you didn't get all the points, if you did get all the points, give yourself a pat on the back. That's awesome. All right, M times G. M is 10 pounds, 10.0 pounds actually, times G, which is 32.0 feet per second. That's gravity in our measurements. So 10 times 32 is 320. I can do that in my head too. I got 1 decimal place. I got 1 decimal place. So my least number of decimal places is 1. So my answer needs 1. I've got pound, feet, and second. You have a unit that's not a fraction. You pretend like it's on top. So I got pounds on top, feet on top, seconds on bottom. None of them are like, so I can't cancel them out. So I got to keep pounds on top, feet on top, seconds on bottom. It's just that simple. Can't just lose a unit. One of the things I think happened is when people wrote 10.0 pounds, they thought that the L in pounds was a 1. And I think a lot of people missed it because they put 10.01 and then they got the number of unit or decimals wrong. Writing clearly is important. All right, next one's M squared pi. M is 10.0 pounds times 10.0 pounds times pi, 3.14. This is not a real unit. I just wanted to make sure you had some practice with the squares and having one that's not a measurement. Yes, sir?
But it wasn't for M. That's pretty big gap if you look up top.
10 pounds?
No, for M, they got confused with 1 and LB.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Yeah. Anyway, so 10 times 10 is 100. 100 times 3.14 is 314. I got 1 decimal place, 1 decimal place. That is not a measurement. It's pi, it's a ratio. So my least number of decimal places is 1, so my answer needs 1. I took pounds times pounds, so that'd be pounds squared. The next one, pi diameter squared divided by 4 times height. So pi 3.14 times diameter twice, 1.8 feet times 1.8 feet. I wrote it out twice. That's required. Those of you that did not write it out twice either forgot to multiply it in there twice, or you forgot that you had 3 feet in this problem and only put feet squared. So divided by 4 times h, which is what's h? H is 2.0 feet. All right, so when you do the math on that one, where is it? You do the math on that one, you get 5.0868. So this is not a measurement, so it doesn't count. This is not a measurement, so it doesn't count. But this, and this are all measurements, and they all have 1. So my answer needs 1. So this 0 is what you're rounding to. You look to the right, the 8 makes the 0 go up to 5.1. You took feet times feet times feet, so you get feet, sorry about wrote centimeters, centimeters cubed. Again, if you only wrote that out once, you're only going to see 2 feet, and a lot of times you get the wrong unit. G times T. G is 32.0 feet per second, times T is 15.0 seconds. When you do the math on that, you get 480. 1 decimal place, 1 decimal place. So my answer needs 1 decimal place because that's the least number. I have feet on top, seconds on bottom, and seconds on top. Remember, if you have a unit that's not a fraction, you pretend like it's on top. My seconds are alike. 1's on bottom and 1's on top, so I can get rid of them, which leaves me with feet, which makes sense because that's a distance unit. Okay, turn this off.